Joseph, we've talked a little bit about Beijing's view around Taiwan and Taipei's view about China, mainland China. Why is Taiwan important to Australia and the United States? Because that is a question that's asked by a lot of people here in Australia as they talk about Taiwan as a potential military flashpoint in the Indo-Pacific.
Well, thank you very much for that question. That is a very important question for us to tell the international community, and thank you very much for asking that question. Taiwan has a tremendous value in the international community. Economy-wise, as I said a little bit earlier, Taiwan ranked 25th in terms of size of economy. And Taiwan is the 8th largest trading partner of Australia. And if you look at the production here in Taiwan, the semiconductor is a critical strategic industry over here. Throughout the course of this year, there are many automobile industries crying out that they are in shortage of computer chips for their automobile. Do you know where they go? They come to Taiwan and ask us to produce the type of chips for them to be able to make automobile. So if Taiwan suffers militarily, I'm sure the whole world is going to feel the impact. So economy is a very important factor for Taiwan to be very important. And another factor is strategic. Taiwan locates right at the center of the first island chain. And if you look at the course of the expansion of authoritarianism, the Chinese authoritarianism, they have to cross the first island chain in order to reach out to the wider Pacific. And therefore, Taiwan is strategically important. If the Chinese government, the authoritarian China, takes over Taiwan, I'm sure it's going to have a very serious impact on the global strategy. And this is something our friends, especially the United States and Japan, have to consider in a very serious way. And because of that, Taiwan understands its own importance and its own responsibility in safeguarding the position of Taiwan. And the third factor, I would say, is our value. Taiwan is a democracy. And Taiwan is a country in this part of the world that is being touted as the freest society in this part of the world. And if you look at the international organizations ranking freedom in this part of the world, Taiwan is almost always ranked on the top. And therefore, we are very proud that Taiwan is a democracy that shares the same values as Australia, as the United States, New Zealand, Japan, and etc. And therefore, because of this, we think it is very important for Taiwan, a democracy, is preserved. Sometimes I would describe that Taiwan is right on the front line against the Chinese expansionism. China is trying to expand itself, and after Hong Kong, many people think that Taiwan is the next target of the Chinese government. And if the Chinese government launches attack against Taiwan, that will be seen as a tragedy for the like-minded partners, for the democracy throughout the rest of the world. And I would say that Taiwan's responsibility in safeguarding our sovereignty and safeguarding our democratic way of life is critically important. And because of that, I would say that the like-minded partners of Taiwan, like Australia, the United States, Japan, and etc., needs to think about how Taiwan can survive. And of course, we are not asking for other countries to fight for Taiwan if there's going to be a war. I think fighting for Taiwan or defending ourselves is our own responsibility. We'll try very hard to defend ourselves, and we have the determination to defend ourselves. But in terms of Taiwan's moral support for us, we will certainly hope that the like-minded partners will pay more attention to the situation Taiwan is in so that they can show some support, more support, or support for Taiwan whenever it is necessary.